And we're back. And we're back. Yeshiva's Geula's show. We're the only people here. Is me and the babyster. So I would talk, but I want to look up my Safari source sheet online. The source sheet that we had. Oh, here my sheets. Let's go. I got it online. I don't even know if the right. Oh, nice. All right. So when people come in, we'll take a look at this Gemara. Oh, Abba!
Shmuel.
Shalom Aleichem.
So,
it's just us for Meow. DVJ says he'll be a few minutes late. I'll text shteigs and H. Be like, yo. So, Dad, I'm starting the sugya of Yishmael. We're starting in Yeshiva's Gula show. You remember that? Oh, Josh Tuesday! Shalom Aleichem. How are you, Rebbe? Dad, Josh Tuesday was Mechavrusa in LA, and he's the roommate of Neil Kirshner.
Which is the biggest chus?
The big chus, right?
How are you?
Oh, we're chilling, bro. We are chilling.
I can be on here for now. I could be on the entire time. I might have to get off in 5 minutes. I don't know. It just depends. But I'm whatever I can get.
Yeah. So Shkayach, it's a big chus to see Josh Tuesday, and I was gonna start off shir today. It's a wartime ZOOMSHTEIG. This is actually the 12th shir in a row in Yeshiva Skula show since the war started for Night Seder. Oh, we got H.E. in the house. Shalom Aleichem, H.E. We were just saying that before we start shir today. This is Josh Tuesday. He's my chavrusa in LA. Anyways, so we're starting the sugya of Yishmael. Since the beginning of the pandemic, we're learning the sugya of the Shibud Malchias, and we're seeing the Galus Edom, and we were seeing DVJ Shalom Aleichem. We were seeing Galus Edom, and we were seeing the Roman Empire and the Shibud. But now we're looking into what is Yishmael's part in this whole Shibud. So two Makoros that I wanted to just bring at the beginning of Shir is the first one. It says that 4 people. It's a Yerushalmi Brachos. It says Dalid Nikru Ad Shelo Noldu. 4 people were called that was their name before they were born. Ve'eluhen, and these are them: Yitzchak, Yishmael, Yoshiyahu, V'Shlomo. So it says Yitzchak v'Karas Yishmael Yitzchak. Yishmael Dichsev v'Karas Yishmael Yishmael. So Yishmael is in this group with Yitzchak, Yoshiyahu, and Shlomo HaMelech. So the Gemara says, Ad Kidon v'Tzadikim Aval Rishayim Zoru Rishayim Erechem. They're just thrown out of the womb. So it seems that this Gemara is putting Yishmael on calling him Tzadik. However,
can you repeat the initial comment of the Gemara?
Yeah, it's a Gemara in Yerushalmi. It says 4 people were called their name before they were born.
Oh, okay, man.
And so we have a Gemara in Sukkah and Dav Nun Beis Am Beis, which says that there are 4 people. Interesting. There are four things over here that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is mitzcharet, that he created, that he regrets that he created. And what the Galus, the Kasdim, the Chaldeans, very random, Yishmaelim, and Yetzer Hara. And if it's actually great that Rabbi Harry's here. If Rabbi Harry remembers that we once got like Chinese food together, and this was the random Gemara that we learned.
Yeah, I think I do remember that. It was a great trip.
And we were dining like, who are the Kasdim?
Yeah. Excellent memory.
Thanks, bro. Yeah, but so on the one hand, we see that Yishmael himself, the Gemara calls him a tzaddik, but on the other hand, or the Gemara in Yishmael calls him a tzaddik, but on the other hand, in Bavli, in Sukkah, we have Yishmael, we have Daniel Akash Baruch who regrets that he created Yishmael. So maybe there's a Chakira Yishmael and his offspring. I want to see the pasuk and the Rashi that says, right, by Avram's hesped. I didn't see it inside yet, but it said by Avram's hesped that it was Yitzchak and Yishmael. From here we learn that Yishmael eventually did tshuva. So we know that Yishmael is not Esav, is not Shibud, and it's a much more complicated sugya. And so Amir Hashem, we will be getting shot as the days go by, and Amir Hashem, in the schus of our Torah, we will see the freeing of our family, who's captive in Gaza, because Ein Lecha Ben Chorin Elamish Osik B'Torah.
What's the Havamina that Yishmael is like you said? Yishmael is not Esav, but why would we think that it is Esav? That they are Esav?
No, because a lot of times, especially for a Yid who never learned these sugyas, he doesn't know where anything's coming from. He doesn't know what's behind.
Oh, so Yishmaelim Arabs, Esav Arabs, it's all the same thing type of thing. You might think
right. You might think, but the truth is that we are thinking that the Hamas is just like all the other shibuds, all the other like the pogroms and the Inquisition and the Holocaust, and right, it's all coming from the shibud. Hamas, we know, is part of the UN. They have like their UN standings and you know, and all of these different groups, you know. Hamas, just like the Templars weren't necessarily Christian, but they were pagan. So we're thinking that, you know, maybe that's what's going on in Gaza, and it's an afkamina for if they have a din of ir and nidachas. Because if they're really being run by the shibud, by the Roman Empire, so then it would be maybe a city that is full of idolaters, and then we'd have a din to destroy it. But anyways, we're positing that like we have to destroy all our enemies because of Bikuach Nefesh anyways. Okay. So just a little sugya before the Gemara. Shkayach to everybody for coming. We're Yeshiva Gula Shol, Masechet Avodah Zarah, Nun Gimel Amud Aleph, and we're talking about how you can be mevatel an idol. A guy, only a guy can mevatel an idol. How could a guy mevatel the idol? Well, he either damages it, right? He knocks off a nose, for example, or if he smashes it and he just like messes up its face, even though it's not missing anything, it's mevatel. If you do something to it, like you pee on it, or you drag it in the mud, or you throw poo at it, the Mishnah says it's not mevatel. And the reason is because over there, yeah, he's mad at it now, but he's not causing it permanent damage, and so therefore it's not mevatel the idol. And then what we're going to be dealing with today is the last clause of the Mishnah, machra o mishkana. If he sells it or he puts it in as surety, collateral. Rebbe says it's batel. The Chachamim say it's not batel, the Avodah Zarah. And so we got to see what is the machlokes. So machra o mishkana. Rivka. First of all, say hi to Just Tuesday. Just Tuesday's here.
Oh, the Rebbitzins there.
How are you? Here. And yeah, Baruch Hashem, shteigs da. Could you get the board? Do we have one out here? The best. Shkayach. Machzikat Torah. Oh, it's right here. Murdik. Okay, so Zeiri says Rabbi Yochanan, right? So Amar Zeiri, Amar Rabbi Yochanan, and Rabbi Yirmiyah Bar Abba Amar Rav. So it's Rabbi Yochanan and Rav. One of them says the machlokes is Bitzorev Ovei Kochav. Now we saw this yesterday. So I mean, Josh Jews, they know first we see the Gemara, then we see the Rashi. Me and Josh Jews, they learned long enough to know to pick up the limud. But Josh Tuesday, since yesterday we saw this Gemara, and so today we're doing Chazara, and so I'm going to be going to Rashi's. But do you give me the big one, or should I just use that one?
I just need to erase it.
Oh, the big one is yeah, because it's erased already. It's a tabula rasa. Get it? You guys get it? Tabula rasa. Okay. So one of them says that the machlokes Rebbe and the Chachamim is with the tzoref of Ovei Kolavim, but it's tzoref Yisrael to Virgo Bato. We learned this yesterday. The tzoref, but I wanted to just right. The machlokes is if the idolater sold it to an idolater. That's when Rebbe says it was Bato, and the Chachamim said it was not Bato. But with the tzoref Yisrael, Divrei Kol is Bito. But if he sends it to a welder that's a Jewish welder, so everyone says it's Bito. So that's one opinion. And V'chadamar, and the second opinion, is B'tzoref Yisrael machlokes. No, the machlokes is with the tzoref Yisrael. That they're arguing even by if you sell the idol to a Jewish welder, Rabbi says it's Bato, and the Chachamim say it's not Bato. According to the first opinion, if it's a Jewish welder, everyone says it's batul. The only question is the guy mevatel it before he sells it to a non-Jewish, to an idolatrous welder? So they're arguing on the rationale behind the Mishnah. That's what Rashi says. And the stam lochem ateres. Ravitson, do you have a pen? Do you have one of those pens? I have a whiteboard, and I think it would be good if I write these two sheets just so we can like reference them. So then the Gemara is going to ask, "B'tzoref Yisrael machlokes about tzoref Ovei Kolavim Divrei Kol Lo Batel." Shkaya Hachravitzim. Okay, so Tzoref Yisrael Divrei Kol Beto V'Echad Amar Tzoref Yisrael machlokes Ibailus. They asked, "B'tzoref Yisrael machlokes about tzoref Ovei Kolavim Divrei Kol Lo Beto O Dilma Bein B'zeh machlokes." Okay, so Dilma, or maybe. So we have. Oh, could you point this at the thing? Let me just flip it a riggedy. All right, Shkaya. Here. Okay, so we have Ziyata Dishmaya, of course, because all our learning is Ziyata Dishmaya.
Oh my gosh, we got visual displays.
Yeah, Rebbe and the Chacham, right? If my machra, right? Rebbe says Bito, Chachamim say not Bito. Okay. So now there's a machlokes between Rav and Rabbi Yochanan, and we don't even know who said what. This is going to be Chad Amar and Chad Amar. We're going to call it Shita Aleph and Shita Bet about this machlokes over here. Shita Aleph says that the machlokes is with Soref Akum. What is it called him? The machlokes is Soref and a question mark. The first sheet that says it's Akum. The second sheet that says it's Israel. If the machlokes is if the idolater sells it to another idolater, who's an idolater, so there's the machlokes. There's the machlokes where Rebbe says where Rebbe says it's batal, and the Chachamim say it's not batal. But according to that opinion, if it's the Israel, then right, if you switch it around, so Israel is batal, because if he's selling it to a yid, so obviously he's going to be batal. But here, according to the opinion that says that the machlokes is by if they sold it, the idolatry sold to Israel, and Rebbe says that's batal, and the Chachamim say it's not batal, right? And by the way that it's mevatel, that if the guy mevatel it before, so then when it comes to akum, so then that's the question mark. So the whole question mark is according to this shita. So this machlokes, you see how deep the Gemara is. So is it also that there's also machlokes? Right? The Gemara says. Ibailu, b'tzorif Yisrael machlokes of b'tzorif akum divrei hakol lo bitol. So is it divrei hakol lo bitol, or is it odilma odilma
Or maybe.
odilma
Or
maybe right? That's the mal. That's the niggin. Okay, odilma. Bein bezeh machlokes. So bein bezeh machlokes. That's what we're trying to figure out. In this case of akum, according to the Manda Amar that says that the machlokes Rebbe and the Chachamim is with the Torah of Israel, what's the din on akum? Okay. I hope that helped clarify a little bit. Shteigs,
Yes.
Shalom Aleichem, and we're
Aleichem
back.
Shalom. And we're back.
Yo, Shteigs, do you have a share today?
I didn't see. I didn't get I didn't see the notification.
Oh, it's okay. No, I said, do you see who we have in share today?
Welcome to Gavaldiga Josh to the share.
Josh Tuesday.
Let's go, Josh Tuesday.
That's
Good
Josh
stuff.
Tuesday. Remember we talk about Josh Tuesday every day?
Nice to meet you, Josh.
This is the guy in the
Nice
flesh.
to meet you as well. Glad to be here.
Josh Tuesday, Shteigs, Josh Tuesday. Okay. Anywho, so I explained the what we're doing. I had a chalkboard. I laid it out real simple, but
Well, this part is nonsense.
yeah, this part is just kind of X'd out. But the question is, what according to the Amora, who understands this argument of Tanaim, of if if an idolater sells an idol, Rebbe says it's bittul, Chachamim says it's not bittul, that they're arguing if he sells an idol to a Jewish welder, according to that opinion, what does he believe if he sells it to a non-Jewish welder? Okay, so I feel like we learned this yesterday, but I didn't. I felt like, okay, I don't know. Tashma, come in here. Tashma, come and listen. Ta'amar Rebbe, Nirin Divarai, Kishamakra lechavala, V'divrei chaverai, Shamakra leovda, to worship it. I understand. This is where I think we didn't see the Rashis from here. So Rebbe says, it seems Divarai, my words, right? When it's bittul, when you're selling it to chavala, to be destroyed. But I see my friend's words that it's not bittul if you sell it. If you're selling it to someone who worships it. It says, I'll just do this one Rashi, it's important. I mean, all the Rashi is important. To Israel, he sends to Israel. Rashi says, Mistama Batla Midaite. He knows that if he sells it to a Jew, he's gonna smash it. So the idolater is mevatel it beforehand. I rather he smash something that I already mevatel, that him smash a working idol, right? So it's near into varai shamacha lechabala the bittel that he would, if he's selling it, someone's going to destroy it, right? The vechaverai the low bittel, they wouldn't sell it if you're selling it to someone who's going to worship it. Mitikidani, we're in Rashi near into varai beha aval the vechaverai ain't near in ba michlal the chaverai nami the lechabala pligi. Says Rashi that from the fact that we teach that he's saying it sees that I see my words in this case, but my friend's word in another case, you cannot infer that his friends also in the case where you destroy the idol are arguing. And when he says it seems like the words of my friends when you're worshiping it, aval devarai ein nirin ba michlal nami ala pligi. We can infer that here Rebbe is also arguing. And here's what he's saying. Ani shamati b'shtein bittul. Rebbe says, I heard in both of the cases, whether you sell to a yid or a guy, it's bittul. Ve'hein shamu, but they heard b'shtein lo bittul. That in both cases it's not bittul. Whether you're selling it that it's going to be worshipped or you're selling it that it's going to be destroyed. Veneer is shmuazi mishmuas chaverai b'tavla. He's like, listen, I say that it's bittul no matter what if the guy sells his idol. But, and my friends, the Chachamim, they say it's not bittul no matter what if a guy sells the idol. To an idolater that be worshipped, or to a Jew, meaning that it will be smashed. But he's saying, I say it in both, and they say it in both. But it makes sense when I'm saying if it's going to be destroyed. And what my friends taught that it's not batal stems more than what I taught when he's selling it to be sold. So we say, if we're going to say really when you sell it, right, in this brisa, we were talking about that within that tashma. Tashma is an introduction usually to a brisa. Unless it says Tashma, Tanina, or something. I don't know. So what Rebbe says, it seems like what I'm saying stems when you're going to be destroyed. When my friends said that it's not about those when it's going to be worshipped, we're saying, is that really talking about destroyed and it's really talking about worshipped? If that was the case, right? The guy who says that it's bittul, if that bittul is it's selling it to another guy, his mom is going to worship it. So then why would anyone say that it's bittul? And if his mom is going and you're 100% sure it's going to be destroyed, then what's the pshat that the guy says not bittul? He knows it's going to be destroyed. Why wouldn't he bittul? So he said no. Ella lav lechavala lemisha achti lechavla umanu tzorich Israel. The chavala is who's going to destroy it, and I miss probably, and that's the Jewish welder. La'ovda, Misha Azid La'ovda, the worship is the one who's eventually going to worship it. And who is it? An Akum Soref, a non-Jewish welder. So now, but again, Josh Twos and everyone, just to remind us that we don't look at Rashi before we see the Gemara. But yesterday we saw the Gemara. So now we're learning it like that. But this should not be taken as like, oh, this is how it should learn, only because this is Chazara, public service announcement. I don't want to be lifnei iver people over here, chas v'shalom. You're giving it. I'm giving you to this. Says the idolater. I'm giving this to you on the condition that you break it up, that you bash it, that you smash it. mash it and let him have it, you know? If I'm giving that to you with that kavana, so then obviously, what would be my time as mandamar de bittel? What would the guy wait? My time mandamar bittel. Oh, that's talking about in the ovda. The one's going to worship it. Why would the guy say shat bittel bila ovda? Who? Behedya. I'm saying I'm giving you this idol, or the guy is saying I'm giving you other guy this idol on the condition that you worship it. How could that possibly make shot? That Rebbe says, oh, it's batal. My daima, what's the reason? Bittul, the Ovda, Abahedja Amar, like he explicitly said, the shame of Avodah Zarah, I'm giving this idol to you, so that you can worship the stars. Almo, he's even there, lo ifkidei, mocher, michlal Avodah Zarah. If he says it explicitly, I'm giving you this to worship, then obviously he did not remove it from the name of idolatry. So, and Rebbe couldn't possibly make sense. Who said bittul, right? Rebbe, pointing, but you don't see my pointing. What could possibly be shot in the guy who says bittul? And I pointed to Rebbe. Okay, and then here maybe get me on the shout out to the Rebbe's in for amazing camera work. So, and my diamond number low bittul. If you're saying I'm giving this to you on the condition that you destroy, right? We're talking about that a goy sold it to a goy. Is there still the machlokes as Rebbe and his chaverim and his chaver, or do they agree? Kuli Alma, right? Everyone agrees that it is. Oh man, I don't know what I wrote there. Divrei Hakol low bittul, right? That everyone says not bittul, or that also over here there's a machlokes, right? So we're trying to prove which one. So we said if you're saying that there's mamish chavala, your mamish on the condition that you destroy it, then how could it make sense that the guy would say it's not bittul? He's definitely destroying it, or in the case of definitely worshiping it. How could you say that? Rebbe say that it is bittul. Okay. So we say no. Someone who's eventually going to destroy it, and Manu, and who is it? It's the Jewish brother. The high stama zavin and he just sold it to him. Right? He didn't make any conditions. Sold it to him. The Amri Rabbanan, the low bittul, and that the rabbi said that it's not bittul. Maybe I saw of Israel, right? And the Rabbanan said that it's not bittul. Meimar Amar, they're going to say, I saw of Israel. This Israelite, so why is it not bittul? He's selling it to an Israelite. Why wouldn't he be mevadel it before he says it to the Israelite? So what do they say? Meimar Amar, they're saying, I saw of Israel. This Israelite welder, this guy, all right, he needs the money, all right. So he's like, listen, let me sell my Yankees hat, right? He said, let me sell my idol that I have, and so he says, I'll sell it to the Israelite welder. And you know what? The Israelite welder is going to be like, what do I want this idol for? And he's going to say, let me sell it to my guy friend, to my idolater friend. And then he'll worship it. The Rebbe suffer, and Rebbe holds, came on the Torah of Israel, who made the Yada right? Rebbe says, no, an Israelite comes in the possession of an idol, see it Josh Tuesday. Idol is definitely going to destroy it. Maticha bechor, and he's going to melt it down. So that's the svaras, right? The Shema Mina bein bezeh bein bezeh machlokes. So if that was the case, then we can see that there's even a machlokes in this case between Rabbi and the Chachamim. There's even the machlokes when it's a guy selling it to a guy. Because we saw that there's a machlokes whether he's going to sell it for Kabbalah or whether he's going to sell it for Ovda. And Rebbe and the Chachamim are cholik on both Shkoyach Rebbetzin. Okay. So that is God. I don't know how to. Oh, okay. All right. Are we with me a little bit, Yids? I mean, I know this is like tough, especially if we don't have the Gemara in front of us. But let's see what. Hopefully, it will come. Hopefully, it will become even clearer when the Gemara throws away this teretz and says no, lo, hachika amar. Here's what it's saying. Amar Rebbe is saying nirin devarai lechaverai kishemacha lechavala. He's saying it seems that my words are believed or are held by my friends when it is sold to destruction. And what does it mean sold to destruction? It's sold to a Jewish or Israelite welder. Because my friends, the Chachamim, could we do it again? Shkayach. He's saying, it seems to my friends that they would agree with me in a case where they're selling it to a Mocher Yisraeli. They agree with me in this case. So it would be this, right? That everyone agrees that it is Bato. So my friends would agree with me in that case. Nirin Dvarai, when you're selling it to a Yid, to a Jewish welder. Is this first shita, so it can't prove that it's this shita and that they're arguing in both, because maybe it's just going according to this first shita. I know it's so complicated. We have to see the Rashi. But to destroy, they agree with me, and so that would make sense according to this whole shita of the machlokes Rebbe and the Chachamim. So we can't prove that in this shita there's a machlokes in both cases, even by the akum, because the machlokes here is by the akum. We wanted to say from that first brisa that the machlokes is with the akum, and if the machlokes is with the akum, there's also machlokes by Yisrael. We said no. The machlokes, it could be that the price is saying there's a machlokes by Akum, by Yisrael, Divrei HaKol. Everyone agrees is batal. Rashi.
About 12
minutes.
minutes. Push, 12 minutes.
12?
Yeah.
Perfect. DVJ, how you doing? I don't know who said it. I assumed it was DVJ.
Yeah.
So I said, how you doing? And he said, must listen to.
Oh, I couldn't find the mute button. I'm good, Rabbi. How are you?
Good to hear, man. I'm chilling. We're chilling. It's good to have you here, bro.
It's good to be here. Thank you.
Thanks to you. So it's just low. The Gemara says, no, you can't prove that since there's a machlokes by Akum, that this Mishnah is saying there's a machlokes whether you give it to a Jewish welder or a Goyish welder, and so then you'll be able to prove that there's machlokes in both, right? So let's see Rashi. Law, it says Olam Mitzor of Yisrael afilu l'Rabbanan bittul. Really, in the Torah of Israel, even the Rabbanan, the Chachamim, would say bittul, even though here we said not bittul. But that's because they're talking about the Akum. But really, he would agree. The Rabbanan would agree to Rebbe. Rebbe said something very cryptic in this brisa. And so we're trying to understand that is the fact that they have this machlokes in Yisrael, but near into Varai, it's a very weird thing. It's my words, seems saying no, right? We're saying it's not a proof that there's a machlokes according to the second sheet, they're both to a to Yisrael and to an Akum. Let's see this Rashi. Lo mitzvah Yisrael. Even the Rabbanan are molded to bittul, right? Torah Yisrael, everyone agrees bittul. The Hadik Amar Rebbe. Now what Rebbe says, Nirin Devarai Kishamachar Lechavala. When Rebbe says it seems that my words are correct when we sell it, when you sell it to a Jew, when you sell it to someone who's going to destroy it, aka a Jew, love the bligi Rabbanan alei. It's not that Rebbe is saying that the Rabbanan are cholek on me in that case, and I see my words better. The name of Nira Devarai, the Shom'i mi machlokasenu mi divrei chaverai. I'm not saying, oh, my words that I'm saying are better than what my friend's words are saying, which just shows there's machlokas in both. Ella, rather, Rebbe leferushi plugsayu us. So Rebbe's coming to explain his machlokas. Bila ashmuina and the teach us. That the only the argument is when there's when a guy is selling the idol to a guy, and then Rabbi says bittul anyways, and the Chachamim say not bittul. And here's what he's saying: Nirin devarai lechaverai. My words are acceptable to my friends, to the Rabbanan, in the case where it's selling it to another, where the idolater is selling the idol to a Jew. Umodim ainly, and they agree with me. Kishamakra lemisha azid lechavla, when he's selling it to destroy it, aka Yid. That we're talking about when you're selling it to another worshiper. The Lishna de Milsa Daikahachi is that, and really the language is explained. It makes sense. Rashi says this is what it's saying. The fact that it doesn't teach v'nirim divrei chaverai. He doesn't say, and I see that my friend's words are better than mine. In that case, it doesn't say that. It doesn't say nirin. It just says vid divrei chaverai. And my friends words. So mechla, we can infer the nirin the reisha the chaverai the ka'amar the nirin. So in the reisha, when it's saying that my friend that my words are seen to. In the case where you're selling it to an Israelite, it implies that the Chachamim are masking to Rebbe in the case you're selling it to an Israelite, and only arguing on the case where a guy sells to another guy. If you taught the end veneering, but if you taught the word veneering, which only first case talking of selling it to Chaval, selling it to a Jew, havamajma. Right, veneering amajma veneering divrei chaverai liba avoda. They gave my plea, but if it's like, oh, I agree that my friends are right in the case with Agum, so then really the words the machlokes seem to agree on both cases. That's why in the first case we're talking about selling it to a Yid, it says nirin divarai, meaning the Chachamim are masking to Rebbe. In the second case, it just says v'divrei chaverai. It doesn't say nirin, implying that Rebbe is still cholek on the Chachamim in that case, which would be according to this, which could make sense according to this shita, and so since it could make sense according to this shita, you can't infer that, right? That you can't you can explain it that they're arguing in both, but you can also explain it that they're only arguing in this one, and that is the machlokas that was pretty confusing. Tomorrow we're going to go and we're going to see the next one, a Meisvei. Another question the Gemara is going to ask. Now, we don't always do this, but today, turn a rig, Shkai. Shkai. Okay, so I'm going to take questions before the Chazara song today, because I know it was a little complicated. So anyone who has clarification questions, because I do believe that like it is a beautiful shot. It just might be hard to follow if like a Yid's not looking inside and like looking at the chart. But does anyone have any clarification questions?
Which daf is it on? I'm trying to look it up so I can just look at it inside.
Oh, shkayach. It's Dav Nun Gimel Amar Aleph.
Nun Gimel Amud Aleph?
Yeah.
Can you break down the machlokes on the chart very in summary fashion?
Yeah, I'll do my best. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. First, now we're going over the chart times 2. Can you do it? Thanks. Now we're going over the chart times 2. Now we can do better, okay? This is the Mishnah. If you sell the Avodah Zarah, if you sell the Avodah Zarah, Rebbe says, Bito, you're vato the Avodah Zarah. If you sell the Avodah Zarah, if a guy sells the Avodah Zarah, the Chachamim say lo Bito. I'm just writing it a little clearer the second time, right? He doesn't cancel the Avodah Zarah. Now, we want to know. Okay, so now there's a machlokes in 2 Amoraim. One of them is Rav, one of them is Rabbi Yochanan. One of them is Meretz Yisrael, one of them is from Bavel. We don't know who's who. That's why I'm calling it Aleph and Bet. But we can call it Rav / Rabbi Yochanan, and we can call this one Rav / we can call this one Rabbi Yochanan / Rav.
So they both have a machlokes in Rebbe, and they have a machlokes in the Chachamim.
Well, they're arguing about what exactly is, you know what, we're just for the sake of, right? This is Rav, maybe Rabbi Yochanan, this is Rabbi Yochanan, maybe Rav. We don't know who's who. There's the machlokes in the Tanaim, in the Mishnah. The Amoraim, Rav and Rabbi Yochanan are arguing when they have this machlokes, we don't know. Is this machlokes? When Rebbe says it's bittul, and the Chachamim say it's not bittul, this is machlokes with a tzorev, akum, that he's selling it. He's selling it to a welder that is also an idolater, or he's selling it to a welder that's an Israelite, and that's the question, right? That's the question that, I mean, it's an unspoken question in the Mishnah. We have to infer it from Mishnahs and Braisos and try to figure it out. Is the argument only in that you sold it to a store? The first opinion is that the argument between Rebbe and the Chacham, that Rebbe says it's bittul if you sell it, and the Chacham says it's not bittul if you sell it. So is the argument, according to Rav, or maybe Rabbi Yochanan, the argument is if you sell it to a non-Jew, because the non-Jew, maybe he's going to worship it, and maybe, right, maybe he's not going to cancel it first. But if he sells it to an Israelite, of course he'll cancel it first, because the Israelite is going to smash up this idol. So that's one opinion of what the machlokes Tanaim is. The second opinion of what the machlokes Tanaim is that they're arguing that Rebbe says it's bittul, the Chacham says it's not bittul. They're arguing even if you sell it to a Jewish welder, and Rebbe says he cancels it, and the Chacham says he doesn't cancel it. We saw in Rashi, the rationale would be Rebbe says cancel it because of course the Jew is going to smash it up, and the Chacham say no, maybe the guy will think that the Jew won't smash it up. Maybe he'll just sell it to another guy, and so I'll leave it as an Avodah Zarah. That's what Rebbe explains about machlokes by Yisrael. But according to that opinion, that their machlokes is about Yisrael, what is the din with akum? Right? According to the opinion that says that the argument is about whether you sell when you sell it to akum, right? I could have color coordinated this maybe, but a little better. But according to Team A, which is Team Purple, and Team B will be blue. Right, because that's what's right. So according to the first opinion with purple, the machlokes Rebbe and the Chachamim is talking about if the guy sells it to another guy. Rebbe says it's canceled. The Chacham says it's not canceled. But according to that opinion, they agree on the case of Israel. according to the opinion that they're arguing, if you sell it to a Jewish welder, so we're trying to find out, well, what's the din if he sells it to a non-Jewish welder? Is it that everyone says, right? Everyone says not bittul, right? If he sells it to a Jew, there's a machlokes, but if he sells it to a guy, everyone says not bittul. Oh, Dilma, or maybe that they argue on both.
It's gonna cut off in 1 minute. Forbid.
Today we did several lines of Gemara. It was so geschmack. We just learned a little bit about Yishmael. We know the importance of working on a daf Gemara, sweating to get shot, and doing chazara to purify our minds, turn us into different people, able to shine.